Hello, and in this video we're going to be looking at calculating the surface area of a cuboid. So we're going to take a look here at this cuboid, and I've coloured the different faces in different colours because that is going to help us when we're thinking about finding the surface area of a cuboid. Now a cuboid looks like this. It's sort of like a box. It's got 6 faces and they sort of come in pairs. So the top and the bottom face, the front and the back face, the left and the right face. And when I say they come in pairs, what I mean by that is that those pairs are all going to be the same size and shape. So the top and bottom, this blue one and the one on the bottom, those are both going to be exactly the same. The front and the back, so that's this red one, and the one that's behind it, those are going to be the same shape and side. And the left and right, the green one that we can see here and the one that would be over here, those are going to be the same size too. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that fact to help us calculate the surface area of some cubes and then cuboids. But first of all, what do I mean by surface area? So surface area is the total area of all of the faces of a 3D shape. The total area of all of the faces. So that means we need to add them all together. Once I've found the area of all of the faces, I can add them together, and where that total that I get will be the total surface area of the shape. Okay, so when we're dealing with a shape like, for instance, a cuboid, all of those faces are rectangles, right? And we know how to find the area of a rectangle. It's just length times breadth. So we're going to have to be doing a whole bunch of length times breadth calculations to find the area of each of these rectangular faces, and then we're going to add them together. So the total area of all the faces of a 3D shape, that's what we call the surface area. So let's have a go then. Now, this one on the left I'm going to look at first. It says find the surface area of this cube. Now, because we know it's a cube, and we know that this length is 5 centimetres, we also know that this length is going to be 5 centimetres, and this length is going to be in 5 centimetres. In fact, all of the lengths are going to be 5 centimetres because all of the faces are squares. So let's start off by trying to find the area of this front face, say. What's the area of that face going to be? Well, let's do length times breadth. Length is 5, the breadth is also 5, so it's going to be 5 times 5, which is 25. But because this is a cube, all of the faces are going to be the same. And how many faces have we got here? Well, we've got 6. There's the front and the back. There's the top. There's the top and the bottom. There's the left and there's the right. So that's 6 faces. All of those faces are going to be exactly the same as this one. They're all going to have an area of 25, let's pop some units on that, centimetres squared. So we're going to have 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus another 3 25s. So essentially that's just 25 times 6, isn't it? 25 times 6, which I reckon is going to be 150 centimetres squared, because all of the faces are the same. They're all going to have the same area. Those areas are all going to be 25 centimetres squared in this case, so the total surface area of all 6 of those faces is going to be 150 centimetres squared. Okay, try this one on the right, pause the video, and come back in a sec to check your answer. Okay, how did we do? We need to find the area of one of these faces, so let's start with this nice convenient one at the front. What's the area of this face going to be? Length times breadth, 7 by 7 is 49 centimetres squared. We know because it's a cube, all of those lengths are going to be the same, so this is 7, this is 7, this is also 7. So 7 times 7 is 49 centimetres squared. That's the area of this one that I've just shaded in blue, but it's also going to be the area of all the other 5 faces. We're going to have 6 in total. So that means this time we're going to have to do 49 multiplied by 6, because all of the faces are the same. And when I do that, I'm going to get 294, I reckon, centimetres squared. So for these questions, we might want to grab a calculator. 294 centimetres squared is the surface area of this cube. We found the area of each of those faces and we added them all together. Okay, so I'm going to show you some other cubes here. There we go, there are 3 other cubes. On this one, all the lengths are 4 centimetres. On this one, all the lengths are 9 centimetres. And in this one, all the lengths are 3 centimetres. You might like to do a little practice. Just check that you can find the surface areas of these cubes. And then, so you can pause that while... let's start that again. You can pause the video while you're doing that. And then I'll show you the answers in just a sec. Okay, these are the answers we should have found. Did you get them right? I hope so. We're going to go on to some cuboids next. So, these are very similar to what we've just done. The only difference is rather than being cubes, where all the lengths are the same, we've got cuboids, where the length and the breadth and the height can all be different. But we still work in exactly the same way. I'm going to find the area, first of all, of this face. This one here at the front. Now I need to check how wide is it. It's 10 centimetres wide. And how tall is it? It's 4 centimetres tall. So I'm going to do 10 times 4. 10 times 4 is 40 centimetres squared. Okay, let's choose a different face. I'm going to go with this nice yellow colour, and I'm going to choose this face here. So I'm shading in this face. I need to find its area. Let's put the working over here. I need to find its area. So how wide is it? Well, this time it's 5 centimetres wide, isn't it? Because this length is going to be the same as that length. That's 5, so that's also got to be 5. This one's going to be 5 as well. So we've got 5 wide. How tall is it? Well, it's 4 centimetres tall. So we're doing 5 times 4 equals 20 centimetres squared. And then the last face I've got to find is going to be this one at the top. I'll do that in green. And I'm going to need to find a bit of space for this one. Let's pop it down here. So how wide is this face at the top? Well, it's 10 centimetres wide, isn't it? Because that length has got to be the same as this length. So that's 10. And going this way, that's 5. So 10 by 5. 10 by 5 is the area of that one at the top. And 10 by 5 is 50. Whoops. 50 centimetres squared. So now I've got these 3 areas. This front face is 40 centimetres squared, this side face is 20 centimetres squared, and this top face is 50 centimetres squared. So remember, the surface area is the total of all the faces added together. So we're going to have to do 40 plus 20 plus 50. And if I add those up, that's going to be 110, am I right? Yeah, 110 centimetres squared. But you might have spotted that we haven't actually counted all of the faces yet there, have we? We've counted the front and the top and the right-hand side, but there's another 3 that we can't see. There's the bottom face, there's the back face, and there's the left side face. But do you remember what we said before about how the front and the back are both going to be the same, the left and the right are both going to be the same, the top and the bottom are going to be the same? So what I can actually do with my answer here, the one that I found down here at the bottom, is if I just double that, then that will tell me the total surface area. You need to double it afterwards to account for the 3 faces I can't see, the bottom, the left and the back. So that's going to give me 220 centimetres squared. Okay, like we did before, pause the video here, try this one, and check back for the answer in just a minute. Okay, how did that go? Let's start with this front face. This one here is 6 centimetres wide. 6. How tall is it? It's 10 centimetres tall. So we've got 6 by 10. 6 along this edge, 10 along this edge. So 6 by 10 is, I reckon, 60 centimetres squared. Let's go with the top face now. Oops, tricky to shade that one in. There we go. Let's check this top face. How wide is it in this direction? Well, it's going to be the same as this line, isn't it? So that's got to be 6 centimetres along that way. And how wide is it in the other direction? It's that length has got to be the same as this length, so it's 6 times 2. 6 times 2, and 6 times 2 is going to be 12 centimetres squared. One more face then that we've got to do. I'll do that one. Whoops! I'll do that one in red. So it's this face here. How wide is this face? Well, that width there has got to be the same as this length here. So it's 2. And how tall is it? And there, that's 10, isn't it? So 2 by 10. 2 by 10 is 20 centimetres squared. And next thing, we're going to have to add all of those faces together. So I found the 20 centimetre squared face, I found the 12 centimetre squared face, and I found the 60 centimetre squared face. And I need to add all those together. Add. That gives me 92, I believe, 92 centimetres squared. But we're not finished yet, are we? What's the last thing we have to do? We're going to need to double that. Why are we doubling it? Because there are 3 other faces that we can't see, right? We can see these 1, 2, 3 faces, the front, the side, and the top. But the ones that I can't see, the back, the left, and the bottom, I can't see, but they're going to be sort of the same in pairs, aren't they? The bottom's the same as the top, the left is the same as the right, and the back is the same as the front. So I can just double that, and that will tell me that the surface area of my shape here, of my cuboid here, is 184 centimetres squared. Did you get that answer? Okay. Last thing we're going to do then is I'll show you another set of practice questions that you can have a look at, and I'll show you the answers again afterwards. So here are 6 cuboids to practice on. Help me find the surface area of these cuboids. So pause the video, have a crack at those, and I'll show you the answers in just a sec. These are the answers we should have found. So check yours against mine. Okay, lovely. I'll speak to you later. Cheers. Bye.